We're here for you. Good night.
KUAM TV8, first on Guam.
Half a day, I'm Matsuki Hirayama. You're watching KUAM News Weekend Edition. Thanks for joining us. Well, a drug bust and 5 arrests thanks to a tip from a concerned neighbor. Guam police raided a home on June 24th, seizing 85 grams of suspected crystal meth and a firearm. Arrested were Wayner Uriel George, Debbie Ann Tyron, Alex Darrow, Johnston Alton, and Carol Merib, facing charges from illegal drug possession and child abuse to burglary. Investigators found power and water illegally diverted and a child living in a dangerous environment, now safe with Child Protective Services. Police say this shows the power of neighborhood watch, keeping drugs and guns off our streets. If you see something suspicious, you're asked to call GPD Dispatch at 475-8615 or leave an anonymous tip at guamcrimestoppers.com. In other news, overcrowded, understaffed, and under pressure, Guam's prison system is facing serious challenges that officials say can no longer be ignored. But despite it all, the Department of Corrections director says they are not in a state of emergency. Jonathan Charfres reports.
During the recent budget hearing, Department of Corrections Director Fred Bordallo Jr. says staffing is key.
In this budget, it will allow us for not only our current staff, but to recruit and to increase our force to at least 200 by December. So that's promising there, to have at least 200 people, to include the reserve program that we have and other programs that we're looking at with our parole division. We're doing recruitment right now. We're in the process. I think we've been doing some interviews. I think we had a listing from the Department of Administration. They're giving us additional. We have a continuous listing.
He says more officers mean less overtime, allowing shifts to return to a safer 8-hour schedule instead of the current 12-hour grind. But it's not just manpower. The prison has been in the headlines recently. Lawmakers, including Senator Chris Barnett, questioned whether the problems have reached an emergency level.
I think anybody in the public who's watching the Department of Corrections right now is probably not very happy with what they see relative to allegations, serious allegations of officer misconduct. So I want to ask, what does this budget do to prevent and stem the flow of contraband into the prison? And do you have plans to address? You know, it's very troubling. We read about a big federal bust involving an inmate, Demapan, and then I come to find out that, you know, weeks after that bust, we're still finding cell phones, charging things on this particular inmate in our most maximum security unit. So I have to question, you know, your leadership and your plan to address these very serious issues ongoing at the Department of Corrections.
Bordallo responding to concern.
That's not good news for the Department of Corrections, and certainly would affect the men and women of the Department of Corrections, but we constantly ensure them, keep your heads up high, keep looking for your friends or neighbors who want to join the battle instead of just talking on the sidelines about that battle.
Barnett posing the question.
Do you think a state of emergency exists at the Department of Corrections today?
The DOC director admits the system isn't operating as it should, though he remains confident the issues can be resolved.
No, I don't. No, I don't. It's not normal, but there's ways to improve it. I have optimism that it's not an emergency.
For now, corrections officials say more staffing, new facilities, and legislative support will be critical to improving safety and operations behind the prison walls. Jonathan Charfres, KUAM News.
Relief is on the way for Guam's power customers. Starting August, you'll see smaller numbers on your energy bill. The Public Utilities Commission has just approved a new flat LEAC rate, dropping from over 20 cents to just 15.5 cents per kilowatt. per kilowatt hour rather. That means an average savings of more than $50 over 6 months. The move aims to bring stability as fuel prices remain unpredictable and as the Ukudu power plant gets ready to flip the switch later this year. GPA says it's a step toward more reliable, affordable power for the island. And big changes are coming for students at 4 Guam Department of Education School as double sessions will continue in the upcoming school year. The Guam Education Board made the final decision during its May meeting affecting John F. Kennedy High School, which shares its campus with Simon Sanchez High, and Okudu High, which shares its campus with F.B. Leon Guerrero Middle School. GDOE officials say the move comes after careful review of community feedback and ongoing construction delays at school facilities. They acknowledge the concerns raised by parents, students, and teachers that double sessions impact the student experience, but say this plan is necessary to keep classes going safely. Superintendent Kenneth Swanson says the focus remains on maximizing learning opportunities for all students during this transitional period. New bell schedules have been released with JFK starting at 6:40 a.m. and Simon Sanchez classes beginning at 1 p.m. Okudu and F.B. Leon Guerrero Middle School will follow adjusted start and dismissal times. Additionally, the professional development days have been converted into instructional days to give students more classroom time. Now, parents and guardians are urged to contact their child's school for details, and you can visit KUAM.com for more information. Well, surveys show Americans are almost evenly divided along party lines. With that split often heated, some are focused on the fundamentals that connect us. Bradley Blackburn shows us how they're picking up a pen to make a statement.
In the old stone house in the heart of Brooklyn, this group has come from far and wide for a shared mission.
Choose the document of your choice and you can get started writing.
They grab printouts of the U.S. Constitution and start copying by hand, word for word.
You don't have to have a constitutional attorney interpret it for you. You can pick up a copy and read it for yourself.
Maggie Weber hosts the free events monthly. This historic house is on the site of the Battle of Brooklyn, a key moment in the Revolutionary War.
So what happened on this ground is a big reason there is a constitution.
Correct.
The concept was created in 2017 by artist Morgan O'Hara. She was concerned about the direction of the country, but says this practice is not partisan.
We don't talk about anything. It's not a discussion group. Work.
Since then, dozens of sessions have been held across the country and around the world, copying the U.S. Constitution and other human rights texts.
Surveys show a majority of Americans have never read the Constitution, let alone written it, and many cannot name even a single right guaranteed by these words.
For every person, the quiet experience is unique. And it works muscles, literally.
My hand is hurting, my arm especially.
Denise Gray from Los Angeles sees a stark reminder that words have power only when people uphold them.
It's hard to read these words and know that they apply in some places and not others, including this country.
A simple act that speaks for itself by inking a connection to the country's founding documents. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
And it's time for our weekly roundup that showcases promotions, awards, and other accomplishments submitted by our viewers and followers. If you would like to feature company promotions or achievements of friends, colleagues, or loved ones, send pictures, announcements, and press releases to newsdirector@KUAM.com with subject Making Waves. Stick around, we have more coming up on Weekend Edition. You're watching KUAM.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Summer's here, Guam. Get ready for sun-soaked days with Kmart. From beach gear to backyard barbecue essentials, Kmart has it all at prices that keep your wallet cool. Stock up on snacks and fun kids activities to keep them entertained. Kmart is Guam's one-stop shop for summer fun. Plus, military and frontline workers save more with our exclusive discounts every day. Shop now for your summer essentials at Kmart, the 24-hour superstore. Summer vibes, Kmart style.
Is your child having difficulty walking, talking, playing and learning like other children? As parents, we ask ourselves, what should I be doing? If you are worried about your child's development, the Guam Early Learning Council is here to help. Simply dial 311 Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., excluding holidays, to get resources and valuable information.
A southern son of Guam is making waves in Honolulu through his company Under the Wig Productions. Travis Duenas is spreading the Aloha and Hafa Day spirit through drag, trans, and queer artistry while showcasing top talent and celebrating LGBTQIA creativity. Jonah Charfris has more.
Inspired by the glitz, glamour, and talent of the Untouchables, the Miss Pacificana pageant, Under the Wig Production is a passion project of Travis Duenas. He says the idea started out about a decade ago.
Back then, I was the talent liaison for Scarlet Honolulu, which is Oahu's #1 nightclub here in Honolulu till this day. Part of my role was working directly with the headlining performers from RuPaul's Drag Race.
Duenas, over the years, built a personal connection and network with the incredible artists.
They shared stories with me that were so powerful and inspirational that I began writing them all down in a digital journal. And that file name was Under the Wig. And eventually it became the inspiration for the production that we run today. These stories gave me an understanding of this alter ego or some superpower that they have.
Under the Wig Productions officially launched on November 11th of last year.
When you come into an Under the Wig show, you're stepping into an experience. It's vibrant, it's inclusive, it's full of heart. You're going to be seeing local legends to nationally recognized queens. We're going to bring talent that electrifies the stage and keeps the audience living for more. You'll experience a blend of Hawaii's unique cultural spirit with top-tier drag artistry and fashion, more importantly, fashion.
The events and experiences are also very intentional.
Where everyone is, especially queer, trans, and BIPOC folks, can feel safe, seen, and celebrated.
It has led to several collaborations, work with other businesses and creatives.
It's been really rewarding to see the community come together and embrace the work that we're doing. And, you know, our work has just begun.
The Inalohan son and graduate of George Washington High School shares how the island roots have shaped him.
Farming was part of my everyday life. So shout out to Papa and Nana up in heaven. That farm life with my parents being great educators showed me the importance of hard work, community, and you know, a good education. So it's these roots and values that inspire my work and drive me to tell my story today and what matters most to myself and my people and my community.
It's a journey that would not have been possible without the love and support of some great people.
The love of my life Dr. Keith Sablan, and the Sablan family back home. Thank you for all the love and guidance. Siduos Maasi, and a big mahalo to, first off, my Dueñas clan back home. If they're watching this, I love you guys so much, and thank you for giving me the strength and drive and heart and humble upbringing that you've had. It took a whole village to raise somebody like me. My cousin Aubrey out there, Cariaga Dueña, she owns a bakery out there called KUAM Bakery. And I would fly home, just to unwind sometimes. And she's one of the first spots that I visit, and we could be in the back while she's baking, and she'd be encouraging me to just keep pushing forward and encouraging me to drive, just encouraging me to say that's the right thing. My brother Georgie Mesa out there too, who's been a big inspiration as well.
Dueñas also has big praises and gratitude for the local drag, trans, and LGBTQIA community and his motivating mentors. And if there's any message Dueñas would want to get out there,
keep dreaming, keep pushing, and to all my Guam business owners out there doing big things out, away from home, just remember to bring it back home. We got to bring everything that we were learning out here and experiencing, and just bring it back home. Our people need us, and people need to be entertained. People need to be inspired. People need to be our people need to be recognized and spotlight, because we are an island with a heartbeat of its own.
To show support and to keep updated with the upcoming events, follow under.the.wig on Instagram. Jonagan Charfis, KUAM News.
Sports is next. Keep it here.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Superspeed your life with Docomo Pacific Fiber Internet. Get symmetrical upload and download speeds up to 5 gigs. Get started with Fiber 500 at $145 a month, Fiber 1 gig at $215 a month, or Fiber 5 gig at $299 a month. Plus, get 2 SuperPod 6Es with any plan, and free EcoFlow River 3 and bonus welcome kit with 1 gig and 5 gig plans. Experience tomorrow's islands today with Docomo Pacific Fiber Internet.
Beyond the Game is presented by Gatorade. All right, here we go. Shoot, easy money. All right, half a day, everybody. I am Jason Salas, and we continue to celebrate the class of 2025, the unbelievable amount of talent that athletics has produced in the class of 2025. One of our very best here played volleyball for FD, indoor and on the beach, David Bloss, but you may know him from his work at Clutch, a expert filmmaker already in the making. First of all, bro, congratulations on graduating.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah. What's the last week been?
It's been great. I mean, the moment was so surreal, just walking across the stage. But right now, I really feel like I'm on top of the world. I mean, there's so much free time, but it's given me the opportunity to kind of hone in on my skills that I've been working on for the last couple of years. So it's been a great last week.
Okay, now I don't want to bury the lead at all. Like, my guy here has been shooting with Clutch. They do amazing work with documentaries, highlights, and everything. We show them here on KUM. You've been there for 3 years since you were a sophomore.
Yes, almost, I would say 2 years, almost 3.
Okay, now the mark of any great filmmaker, any great content creator is being able to assess how much you've grown in a certain amount of time. So how is Dave's style of shooting now any different than what it was when you were a sophomore?
Oh, it's a lot different. So, growing up, I loved editing. And then, obviously I would watch KUAM growing up. I watched Clutch when I got into high school as a freshman. You know, I always looked up to Clutch. I mean, every time I opened my phone, I wanted to, you know, look on Instagram and watch all the cool videos. But
that was your dream job.
It was. And when I first picked up the camera, I was just using a small little Sony travel camera. I started shooting, you know, FD football. The boys loved it. They were asking me for pictures and stuff. And it's been such a long time and a long journey. But throughout that journey, I've learned so much stuff. I've met great people. I've networked. My style from before to now is definitely a lot different. There's a lot of inspiration that went into it, a lot of, you know, kind of, I guess, taking styles of work and implementing into my own to make my own style. So it's a lot different than before.
Very nice. But if you see the amazing work the Clutch does and everything like that, a lot of that is Dave's work over there. So what are your favorite sports to shoot? Because you guys do everything. That's the one thing I love about working with you guys.
My favorite sport to shoot, and this is just on, I guess, on the camera technicality side of it, is probably basketball, because the lighting stays the same. You're not sweating, no wind. You look good when you're holding the camera behind the hoop. So I'd say basketball is my favorite. You know, there's a lot of action right there. It goes back and forth, but if you stay on one side, you get a lot of action right there in the paint.
Well, that's the one thing about you two, because we kind of like share the same style. Is even though you may be parked for maybe like 2 or 3 minutes in a game, you guys are constantly running around. You can make the argument that you burn more calories than the athletes on the court, on the field, in the pool, whatever.
I mean, who's the guy that's following the football player? Who's the guy that's following the basketball player? We're running down the court. Right. You got to hurry up. So, you know, you have fans yelling at you, sit down, sit down. So, you know, it's a lot of adrenaline.
Welcome to my world, bro. But you guys are doing absolutely fantastic work. And of course, the journey is just beginning for you right now, because you applied to many, many colleges, and you have gotten into a very, very good school where you're going to be able to take your filmmaking love to the next level.
That's correct. LMU is a great school.
Loyola Marymount.
Loyola Marymount. They have the #5 film school in the nation.
Go Lions.
I'm really excited.
Yeah. Good rugby school, too. There's a lot of Guamanians there, too.
A lot of Guamanians.
Have you already networked with, like, some people there?
I know one other Guamanian that was there. She graduated last year, but there's a couple others that graduated. Veronica Calvo just graduated from LMU. But from my understanding, I think I'm one of the only ones that are going from Guam this year. I haven't met any others that are going to LMU this year.
Okay, of course, Veronica Calvo, the sister of Tomas Calvo, who is one of our starting point guards on the Guam national team, who you've covered many, many times.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me about like your sports passion and everything like that. Because I mean, you're the luckiest guy in the world if you get to shoot and document and edit what you never get bored looking at and everything like that. So where did your athletic career all start?
Well, from a young age, you know, I was put into soccer among many of the other athletes that are, you know, at FD or even on Guam in general. I played for the Sidekicks, and then, you know, I wasn't the best soccer player. It's a great sport to start with, but my dad, at a very young age, he started me in golf. So I played for the Guam Junior Golf League, and it was a great experience for me. You know, golf is definitely, it's not a sport a lot of people do. I mean, a lot of older people do it. But my dad started me in golf, and I continued with that. And then when I was in middle school, I found a passion for volleyball. And that started off with my indoor volleyball journey. And when I got to FD, I heard that they were doing beach volleyball. And I was like, you know, I'm going to give it a shot. I've never played it. It's a pretty new sport that was, you know, introduced to FD. So tried it out, and it ended up being my favorite sport. And
What an island boy in the sand, and we're completely at home.
We're good. Yeah.
Okay, how is it like, because of course FD, as we're recording this right now, just won its 7th straight interscholastic volleyball title.
Yes.
How is it like playing for Coach Steve Pangolini? Because, you know, he was my setter when we were playing, like, either he was my setter or I was his middle, whatever like that. But Steve and I are very, very close. How is it like having him as a mentor, as a teacher?
It was good. So I started off at East Heights with him. You know, after transitioning from Harvest to FD, it was kind of that summer where, you know, I needed to continue volleyball. He is a great coach, definitely knows what he's doing. And yeah, it's been great. He taught me, you know, the basics, the fundamentals. I would say beach volleyball helped a lot with my defense and my quickness and just thinking and reading on the court. But yeah, Coach Steve is a great coach. I'm sure you would know that from playing with him for those years.
Beyond the Game is presented by Gatorade.
Win one championship, you're celebrated. Win twice, they call you a hero. 3 times, they say words like legend and dynasty. 4, 5, 6 titles, they'll say enough is enough. But when you've won it all 7 times, what's left to say? The trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time winner of Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
What if dreams could truly come alive? World Theater Productions and the Guam Philharmonic Foundation invite you to Disney's Dare to Dream Jr., presented by the Micronesia Mall and KUAM.
Experience a brand new musical review featuring classic Disney songs from Cinderella and Pinocchio
to new favorites from The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Moana, and many more. See it at the Sandcastle Theater on Saturday, July 5th and Sunday, July 6th.
Tickets are just $20 for general admission.
Get ticket information now at guamphilharmonic.org.
In Myville, brought to you by Pepsi.
Half a day and
The store history opened 20 years ago and recently taken by Mr. and Mrs. Sonny Park. Now they're the new owner. We have many kind of food, the empanada, the puchi, and then all the sushis, Korean style. And then gelatin, chicken gelatin is the best. Early in the morning, around like 1 o'clock, that's when the crew comes in to prepare the food for early workers in the morning. So like around 1, they're already here to prepare food. Musubi and Pepsi, because musubi is better with Pepsi.
In Myville, brought to you by Pepsi.
A most special happy birthday wish going out to my day one, Jaden John. This is a fantastic shout out. Check this out. Your shout out says, boy, you know who this is from. We love you more than you know. Blessings on your 21. That's awesome. And it also says, may God guide you through and through. That is exceptional. Happy birthday to you, Jaden John. We hope you have a fantastic, fantastic weekend.
I don't know what I've been told.
I don't know what I've been told.
Someone here is getting old.
Someone here is getting old.
Your Cold Stone Creamery birthday cake winner.
This week goes to
Lance Atoigwe. Hey, I know the family in Talafovo is going to be celebrating because they gave a very special shout out to Lance earlier this week. And I remember reading it. Lance's birthday is on June 25th. And Lance is now the owner of a absolutely delicious ice cream cake. So Lance, we will reach out to you and your family and let you know when you can redeem your prize. And we hope you enjoy. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com.
That's going to do it for us here on Weekend Edition. Visit KUAM.com or follow us at KUAM News on social media for the latest news. For now, I'm Mitsuki Hirayama. Have a safe weekend, and we close out with a montage of viewer-submitted photos of some great fathers.
The One Micronesia Show is brought to you by American Music, located in the Compadres Mall. Now carrying all of our major music brands only at Compadres Mall.
Ali, Mogitin, Hafde Zantiro, Rananim, Kasalelie, Lengwo, and Yakwe. Welcome back to another episode of the One Micronesia Show. First up, we do a sit down with a recent graduate of the UOG, Mr. Ivan Blanco Sablan. Talk about his education and also talk about his new career that's coming up. Check it out.
Ivan, thank you so much for joining me on the show here. First things first, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah.
Job well done. We'll get to the uniform and everything. I know people are like, wait, well, uniform? You just got your degree, you're just off the couch straight into uniform. Yeah. But we'll get to the uniform in just a little bit. But let's, first question here would be, what did it feel like walking down the stage as a college graduate, knowing that you've reached this milestone, not just for yourself, but for your family and your island?
I think it was unreal because I never saw myself going to college. In high school,